Sets. Sets and their representations. In our day-to-day life, we often speak of collections of objects of a particular kind, such as a crowd of people, a pack of cards, Indian cricket team, etc. In mathematics also, we come across such collections. For example, set of whole numbers, set of prime numbers, different types of triangles, etc. Let us examine these collections properly. Consider some more examples. Set of natural numbers less than 10, the rivers of India, various kinds of quadrilaterals, prime factors of 36, etc. We note that each of the above example is a well-defined collections of objects in the sense that we can definitely decide whether a given particular object belongs to a given collection or not. Well, we can easily say that 2 is a prime factor of 36, but 7 is not a prime factor of 36. Therefore, 2 belongs to the set of prime factors of 36, but 7 does not belong to that set. Now, the sets generally used in mathematics are n, the set of all natural numbers, z, the set of all integers, q, the set of all rational numbers, r, the set of all real numbers, z plus, the set of positive integers, q plus, the set of positive rational numbers, and r plus, the set of positive real numbers. Therefore, a set is a well-defined collection of objects. Objects, elements, and members of a set are similar terms. Sets are usually denoted by capital letters A, B, C, etc. The elements of a set are represented by small letters A, B, C, X, Y, Z, etc. If small a is an element of a set A, we say that small a belongs to capital A. The Greek symbol epsilon is used to denote the phrase belongs to. If B is not an element of a set A, then we write B does not belongs to A. There are two methods of representing a set: roster or tabular form, set builder form. In roster form, all the elements of a set are listed. The elements are being separated by commas and are enclosed within braces. For example, set of all odd numbers less than 10 is represented as 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 within flat brackets, and set of all prime numbers between 10 and 20 are 11, 13, 17 and 19. While writing the set in roster form, an element is not generally repeated. That is, all the elements are taken as distinct. For example, the set of all letters of the word mathematics is M, A, T, H, E, I, C and S. Even though the letters M, A and T are occurring twice in a word mathematics, we should take it as only one time while listing out in roster form. In set builder form, all the elements of a set possesses a single common property which is not possessed by any element outside the set. For example, in the set A, E, I, O, U, all the elements possesses a common property, namely each of them is a vowel in English alphabet and no other letter possesses this property. Therefore, we write as V is equal to set of all x such that x is a vowel in English alphabet. Similarly, the set A is equal to 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, etc. can be written in set builder form as A is equal to set of all x such that x is the square of natural numbers. Similarly, the set 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 5, 5 by 6, 6 by 7 can be written in the set builder form as set of all x such that x is equal to n divided by n plus 1, where n is a natural number and n lies between 1 and 6. A set which does not contain any element is called the empty set or the null set. For example, the set of even prime numbers greater than 3 is a null set. Similarly, set of odd natural numbers divisible by 2 is a null set, and set of all natural numbers which lies between 5 and 6 is a null set. Finite and infinite sets. A set which is empty or consists of definite number of elements is called finite, otherwise the set is called infinite. For example, the set of points on a line is an infinite set, and the set of days of the week is a finite set. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if they have exactly the same elements and we write A is equal to B. Otherwise, the sets are said to be unequal and we write A is not equal to B. For example, let A be the set of prime numbers less than 6 and P the set of prime factors of 30. Then A and P are equal since 2, 3 and 5 are the only prime factors of 30 and also these are less than 6. Subsets. A set A is said to be a subset of a set B if every element of A is also an element of B. In other words, A is a subset of B if small a is an element of A implies that small a is also an element of B. For A to be a subset of B, all that is needed is that every element of A is in B. It is possible that every element of B may or may not be in A. If it so happens that every element of B is also in A, then we should also have B subset of A. In this case, A and B are the same sets, so that we have A is subset of B and B is subset of A implies A is equal to B. Note, every set A is a subset of itself, that is, A is subset of A. Null set is a subset of every set. Examples: if A is the set of all divisors of 56 and B the set of all prime divisors of 56, then B is a subset of A and we write B subset A. Let A is equal to set 1, 3, 5 and B is equal to set of all x such that x is an odd natural number less than 6. Then A is subset of B and B subset of A, and hence we get A is equal to B. Let A and B be two sets. If A is subset of B and A is not equal to B, then A is called a proper subset of B and B is called superset of A. A set with single element is called singleton set. Subsets of set of real numbers. There are many important subsets of real number are the set of natural numbers, the set of integers, the set of rational numbers, the set of whole numbers, and the set of irrational numbers. Intervals as subsets of R. Let AB belongs to R and A less than B. Then the set of real numbers, set of all y such that A less than y less than B is called an open interval and is denoted by open interval A, B. All the points between A and B belong to the open interval AB, but AB themselves do not belong to this interval. The interval which contains the end points is also called closed interval and is denoted by closed interval A, B. That is, closed interval A, B is equal to set of all x such that A less than or equal to x less than or equal to B. We can also have intervals closed at one end and open at the other. That is, closed A, open interval B is equal to set of all x such that A less than or is equal to x less than B is an open interval from A to B including A but excluding B, and open A comma closed B is equal to set of all x such that A less than x less than or is equal to B is an open interval from A to B including B but excluding A. These notations provide an alternative way of designating the subsets of set of all real numbers. For example, if set A is equal to open interval minus 3 comma 5 and B is equal to closed interval minus 7 comma 9, then A subset of B. The set closed 0 comma open infinity defines the set of non-negative real numbers, while the set open minus infinity comma 0 defines the set of negative real numbers. The set minus infinity comma infinity defines the set of all real numbers. We note that an interval contains infinitely many points. For example, the set of all x such that x belongs to real numbers and minus 5 less than x less than or is equal to 7 written in set builder form can be written in the form of interval as open minus 5 comma closed 7, and the interval closed minus 3 comma open 5 can be written in set builder form as set of all x such that minus 3 less than or equal to x less than 5. The number b minus a is called the length of any of the intervals open a comma b, closed a comma b, closed a comma open b, or open a comma closed b. Power set. The collection of all subsets of A is called the power set of A. It is denoted by P of A. If a set A have m elements, then its power set will have 2 to the power of m elements. Universal set. Usually, in a particular context, we have to deal with the elements and subsets of basic set which is relevant to the particular context. For example, while studying the system of numbers, we are interested in the set of natural numbers and its subsets such that the set of all prime numbers, the set of all even numbers, and so on. This basic set is called the universal set. The universal set is usually denoted by U and all its subset by the letters A, B, C, etc. For example, for the set of all integers, the universal set can be the set of rational numbers or the set of real numbers, etc. Venn diagrams. Most of the relationships between sets can be represented by means of diagrams which are known as Venn diagrams. In Venn diagrams, the elements of the sets are written in their respective circles. In earlier classes, we have learnt how to perform the operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division on numbers. Each one of these operations was performed on a pair of numbers to get another number. Similarly, there are some operations which when performed on two sets give rise to another set. Let us define certain operations on sets and examine their properties. Union of sets. Let A and B be any two sets. The union of A and B is the set which consists of all the elements of A and all the elements of B, the common elements being taken only once. The union of two sets A and B is the set C, which consists of all those elements which are either in A or in B. In symbol, we write A union B is equal to set of all x such that x belongs to A or x belongs to B. Some properties of the operation of union. Commutative law. A union B is equal to B union A. Associative law. A union B union C is equal to A union B union C. Law of identity element. A union null set is equal to A. Idempotent law. A union A is equal to A. Law of universal. Universal set union A is equal to universal set. The intersection of sets A and B is the set of all elements which are common to both A and B. That is, A intersection B is equal to set of all x such that x belongs to A and x belongs to B. If A and B are two sets such that A intersection B is equal to null set, then A and B are called disjoint sets. Some properties of operation of intersection. Commutative law. A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. Associative law. A intersection B intersection C is equal to A intersection B intersection C. Law of null set and universal set. Null set intersection A is equal to null set. Universal set intersection A is equal to A set. Idempotent law. A intersection A is equal to A. Distributive law. A intersection B union C is equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. The difference of the sets A and B, that is A minus B, is the set of all elements which belong to A but not to B. Complement of a set. Let U be the universal set and A is a subset of U. Then the complement of A is the set of all elements of U which are not the elements of A. That is, A complement is equal to set of all x such that x belongs to U and x does not belongs to A. Obviously, A complement is equal to universal set minus set A. For example, let U be universal set of all the students of class 11 of coeducational school and A be the set of all girls in class 11. Then A complement is the set of all boys in the class. If A is a subset of the universal set U, then A complement is also a subset of U. For any subset A of the universal set U, we have A complement the whole complement is equal to A. Some properties of complement sets. Complement laws. A union A complement is equal to universal set and A intersection A complement is equal to null set. De Morgan's law. A union B whole complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement and A intersection B whole complement is equal to A complement union B complement. Law of double complementation. A complement the whole complement is equal to A. Laws of empty set and universal set. Null set complement is equal to universal set and universal set complement is equal to null set. Formulate to solve some application problems with the help of sets. Let A and B be finite sets. If A intersection B is equal to null set, then n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B, where n of A represents number of elements in set A, n of B represents number of elements in set B, and n of A union B represents number of elements in set A or B. In general, if A and B are finite sets and A intersection B is not null set, then we get n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. If A, B and C are finite sets, then n of A union B union C is equal to n of A plus n of B plus n of C minus n of A intersection B minus n of B intersection C minus n of A intersection C plus n of A intersection B intersection C. Let us solve an application problem with the help of sets. A college awarded 38 medals in football, 15 in basketball and 20 in cricket. If these medals went to a total of 58 men and only 3 men got medals in all the 3 sports, how many received medals in exactly 2 of the 3 sports? Solution. Let F, B and C denote the set of men who received medals in football, basketball and cricket respectively. Then n of F is equal to 38, n of B is equal to 15, N of C is equal to 20, N of F union B union C is equal to 58 and N of F intersection B intersection C is equal to 3. Therefore, with the help of the formula, N of F union B union C is equal to N of F plus N of B plus N of C minus N of F intersection B minus N of F intersection C minus N of B intersection C plus N of F intersection B intersection C. We get N of F intersection B plus N of F intersection C plus N of B intersection C is equal to 18. Now, consider the Venn diagram. Here, A denotes the number of men who got medals in football and basketball only. B denotes the number of men who got medals in football and cricket only. C denotes the number of men who got medals in basketball and cricket only. And D denotes the number of men who got medals in all the three. Thus, D is equals to N of F intersection B intersection C, which is equal to 3, and A plus D plus B plus D plus C plus D is equal to 18. Therefore, we get A plus B plus C, that is, the number of people who got medals in exactly 2 of the 3 sports is 9.